Hi, Keir. I was fascinated reading this review, but also, I'm not going to lie, a little bit cross, because one of the recommendations on the review was that you have to crack down much harder on online radicalisation. But surely we can all now see that the internet, social media, is actually a bit of a wild west. Even though they shouldn't be on social media until they're 13, I think most people accept that a lot of children are online a lot earlier. But I don't understand why subsequent governments, the Tories didn't do enough about this, and I don't think you guys are working quick enough either. Let's just take an example, shall we, of a recent story. Shall we just look at how a situation can be ramped up and the authorities take too long sorting it out? Here's Adam Brooks. I've got a big issue with citizen journalists anyway, because they're not reporting responsibly, they're reporting with an agenda. And I don't know whether he's genuinely really cross about this, or whether it helps his desperate need to be a social media star. But I do know that GB News will help promote him. Now on X alone, Adam's got nearly 400,000 followers, all hooked into this story. A terrible story, but all reported with a healthy dose of underlying racism. Adam regularly posts his annoyance with the Lucy Connolly case, regularly posts the fact that he thinks the UK is ready to explode. In fact, a few days ago, he was really excited that his words had brought about some actions. But as Adam was doing his brave citizen journalist vigilante posting, of course, the police had actually done their job and had arrested the bloke, and he was off the streets. There was no danger from him. Didn't stop our intrepid reporter going back down to Epping though, did it? See, I have a question that if somebody is genuinely just concerned about safety, why are they checking their social media likes? The rage posts continue, and eventually Adam gets his way and there's a peaceful protest for him to cover, but he's slightly annoyed because the anti-racists have turned up too. And of course GB News lap it all up as well. And there endeth the first protest. So much content on one hotel, it's almost like he doesn't want us to forget that it's ongoing. And people start to call him out for what he's actually doing. And I suppose the bit none of us know is that actually whether he genuinely means this, or, as other posts would suggest, he's desperate to raise his profile as a social media influencer. So with days of angry posting very clearly turning towards far-right posting, but he wasn't far-right, of course, he was just right. Suddenly, the penny drops. Let's get the kids on TikTok. Things very quickly heat up again. And Adam, of course, has remembered the Lucy Connolly story. His unconscious bias really comes out. But thankfully, Adam was on hand last night to witness the fact that riot police were called to the hotel. And it's a little bit sad that people have started to call it the Brooks riots. My point though is, having followed that story for over a week now over on X, my algorithm is full of equally angry people determined to blame everything on a certain demographic in the country. And I can really understand why people end up getting sucked down a rabbit hole and suddenly can't see anything other than rage. And until a government gets on top of the dangers of social media, I think we're fucked. So it's over to you, Keir, as you were.